our intention is to surrender personality, deepen the experience of the field of infinite possibilities, and the byproduct, not something you have to do or make or force or have outcome focus about. The byproduct is an increased level of consciousness on the planet. Now, again, personality will pop in and say things like it's just a drop in the bucket, but remember, it's your drop to give, and that's how you're choosing to give it today. Never let personality discount your contribution. It will try. Personality will try to discount your contribution, to get you to not contribute, to not believe things can change, to not believe things can be more conscious, that the field of infinite possibilities can be more accessible. Personality will try to tell you, don't try. Don't choose and choose again. Don't be willing. Don't ask what is true now, as a way to keep yourself from engaging with presence, to keep yourself from offering a contribution of yourself that you haven't offered before. Because remember, personality wants you to be small, constricted, restricted, narrow, limited, repeating previous things. And how better to get you to repeat previous things than to tell you that anything new isn't worth it, or it'll never work, or people will laugh at you, or whatever the message is that personality wants to offer. Instead, you do what we just did. You get really present. You feel into what is true now. You let yourself sink into yourself. And the great thing is, because you've practiced this so much, ahas and choicelessness are right there ready for you. Ahas and choicelessness aren't things you have to chase after or luck into or miraculously uncover. That's not how they work. They're always there because that's the field of infinite possibilities. Personality creates a barrier between you and experiencing them. So as you surrender personality and as you deepen your presence, you have this ability to be more surface area for discovering and moving with choicelessness and ahas, insights. We've called this down and in. That's another way to say the same thing, going down and in, down into yourself. And leaving personality wherever personality is floating around out there. In essence, turning your back on personality and saying, no, I am not interested in your limiting, constricting messages. So as you do that in times when there's a lot of unrest in yourself, in your life, in your world, in your sense of growth, a lot of times when you're growing and changing and transforming, you can get to the point where you kind of like, I don't recognize myself, and feels like my clothes don't fit right, and my life doesn't quite fit because I've changed and the physicality is catching up. Remember, change happens inside and then ripples outside for the most part. And so when you make big change inside and it's still rippling to the outside, things shift. And in the middle, they can feel a little uncomfortable, especially if the people who are in your life that surround you are not interested in you being any different because they sure are invested in you staying exactly the same. There can be those bumps that you have to deal with as you navigate other people going, wait a minute, what? You're going to take care of yourself before you take care of me? Hang on a minute. Who said that was a thing we could do, right? So when the outside world feels like it's full of unrest, uncomfortable uncertainty, get centered. Go down and in. Get deeply present. Don't fall for the idea that you have to have the answer or know what to do next. You know what to do now. That's the whole answer. You know what to do now, which is to go down and in, get deeply present, and don't listen to the limiting messages personality gives you. Sit in that to be available for ahas and choiceless choices that will arise. And then when they arise, don't let personality talk you out of them. That whole list of things that we've been going over the past few months, all the reasons why you shouldn't. And most importantly, don't imagine that any change has to be done all at once. What does Elohim say? Everything happens step by step, piece by piece. And if something feels too big, break it down into smaller pieces. And sometimes the piece that you've broken it down to is just breathing in presence. Sometimes it doesn't feel like outward action. It's inward action that you're doing. That's the invitation of today. And the opportunity of today. Now, as you accelerate your ability to surrender personality, and you do this more and more and more, you don't have to necessarily go step by step as in A, B, C, D. You can make these big, what we call kangaroo jumps. However, when things are very hard and very uncertain and very confusing, go back to the fundamentals. Go back to taking a little piece of something. Go back to step by step, little piece by little piece, until you remind your nervous system that that is how you navigate this world. That's how you navigate this world. Doesn't have to work for everybody else, but it can work for you. And then as you get into that pattern again, that healthy pattern, you may find yourself jumping 5, 10 steps on a project without even realizing it, because you don't have to do every little step in the field of infinite possibilities. But when you're on that line between, I don't know what to do and I've done something, that in-between place, it can help to go back to the fundamentals. So as you navigate your world at this time, remind your nervous system of what it already knows. It's no coincidence that Veronica's doing this new email series at the time when there's so much uncertainty in her world, around her government. Because she needs to be reminded of the fundamentals. She needs to go back and get her nervous system cleared on that. And so in the process of doing it for herself, she's inviting others along for the ride. And we hope you'll join her.